Hi everyone, Carter again. As you may have noticed, I released a teaser for an upcoming project on this YouTube channel, and the video was simply titled, Something's Coming. Since then, however, I've released a lot more info on different socials, and some of you may have picked up on some information I've snuck in. Well, I figure now's the perfect time to confirm some of it. Introducing Erwin and I's newest OSC project, Flashmade. Now, to be completely transparent, this is not a revival of Adobe's Flash platform or a series of tutorials on using Adobe Animate, although I would absolutely love to do that sometime. Instead, this is a non-competition object show inspired by Alan Becker's infamous Animator vs. Animation series, in which 6 characters, Miles, Warren, Spencer, Owen, Felicity, and Cynthia, miraculously come to life and explore different programs, files, and sites around their home, that is, the PC. There will also be dialogue and character development elements to the series in order to spice things up. I've always wanted to experiment with character animation and motion graphics together, quite like how AVA has done it, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to try something never before seen in the OSC. Now, as much as I'd love to complete my dream OSC series on my own, I certainly can't do everything alone. I don't have all of the expertise or perfection in the world to get episodes out on a good schedule. So that's where you all come in. That's right, auditions to join SCRJ HQ and the Flashmade crew are now opening, and we'll be accepting people of the following roles. I'll be going over what's required for each and how to apply. Let's get to it! Script editing will involve making changes to initial writing so they can be as perfect and entertaining as possible. If you can edit scripts to fix conventional errors, enhance dialogue, and ensure continuity and appeal is retained, this is the role for you. Unfortunately, I can't hold auditions for script writing since I don't want too many people working on a script at the same time. We all know an excessive mix of writing styles is bad. To audition, join my Discord server and send examples of scripts you've wrote or edited in the script writing channel, which can be found in the HQ Auditions category. We'll look through the examples and decide if your style can influence the show in a positive way. Remember that down-to-earth details can make a difference in how your writing stands out. Writing is the most important step in show production, but it doesn't constitute a whole episode, and that's when voice acting comes into play. This involves capturing the essence, personality, and emotion of a character by providing appropriate voice lines. If you have voice acting experience, a high-quality microphone, and the ability to record with minimal background noise, this is the role for you. Unfortunately, however, all voice acting roles for the main characters have been occupied, which is why we're only accepting voice actors for extra characters. To audition, send examples of your voice, and any line delivery examples from other shows or projects, in the voice acting channel. Once again, we don't have any character slots open at the moment, so we're only looking for general voice acting experience. Good visuals in a show don't just happen. Every shot starts with a simple sketch, and this is the responsibility of story artists. This role involves drawing storyboards to map out the scene and any characters, movement, and camera angles necessary, as well as creating natural pacing for different actions. If you can draw thumbnail sketches efficiently, can familiarize yourself with the requirements of the script and voice lines, and have a good sense of setting and timing, this is the role for you. To audition, send storyboard examples, and their final products, in the Story Art channel. We'll look through the submissions and find ones that encompass character, setting, dialogue, movement, and timing together in a cohesive and organized manner. Although supported by other areas of production, character and effect animation is the most time-consuming and interpretive step of all, and this makes it very important. Essentially, this is the single step that brings the objects and interactions you see on this channel to life. If you have experience with Adobe Animate, can animate characters and effects to match storyboards and audio, and can follow set guidelines to replicate animation styles, this is the role for you. To audition, send video examples of your animations in the animation channel. Optionally, I'll provide Miles' character asset so you can test his animation capabilities and get a feel for what specific skills are required. Keep in mind that we'll only accept submissions utilizing Adobe Animate, CS 5.5 or above. Another important visual aspect that accompanies animation is graphic design, which involves the creation of assets pertaining to characters, props, signage, on-screen visuals, and more. If you have experience with vector design software, can design various assets as required by storyboards, and can follow set guidelines to replicate art styles, this is the role for you. To Auditions, send asset examples in the graphic design channel. We'll look for submissions that utilize principles of design effectively and match the needs of the show. Keep in mind that assets made in vector design software, for example Adobe Animate or Illustrator, is preferred, but some techniques working with bitmap tools may be required as well. Switching gears back to acoustics, audio design is a key step in immersing the audience into the story. Sound effects and other audio filters are often necessary to form the bridge between imagination and reality. But then again, this show has a definitive digital nature to it. If you can modify voice clips to match timing and environment, work alongside story artists to perfect timing, and add appropriate sound effects to match actions and events on screen, this is the role for you. To Audition, send audio design examples in the audio design channel. We'll look for submissions that encompass a variety of audio design skills and display a good understanding of different environments, especially fabricated ones that'll be prioritized in the show. Finally, we'll need some custom music produced for the show. I'm looking for a calm yet uplifting electronica style, somewhat like Teapot's soundtrack and the song I used in my channel trailer, but other styles may be needed as well depending on what other areas of production suggest. These tracks will also usually be produced per scene and added towards the end of production so that we can match each moment's specific mood and beat. If you can produce music of various styles utilizing high-quality tools and match a composition to the length and feel of a given scene, this is the role for you. To Audition, send music demonstrations in the music composition channel. We'll look for submissions that encompass different musical styles, mainly the electronica style though, and display an understanding of music theory and conveying emotions. That should be everything. Feel free to join my Discord server and audition for any of the roles I just mentioned. If you have any questions or concerns, there will be a separate questions channel where Urban or I can happily answer. I might as well address now that, yes, Materials of the Metropolis is cancelled. Before Urban and I concepted Flashmade, MOTM went through 3 plot iterations that were all ultimately unsuccessful and led to multiple dead ends. Unfortunately, none of us could keep working on these projects amidst other opportunities and responsibilities, including education, so they were left to be abandoned. I wish we could have done things differently and prioritized these previous attempts while they were still in their infancy. But that's in the past now. What matters is I've learned from my mistakes, and this time I hope to make a show that'll finally continue on a regular production cycle and last for the foreseeable future. I hope you all are as excited and thrilled as I am. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to Flashmade!